Hello, Vaush. You have to cool it with the horse stuff, pal. Look, I get it. We all have to push boundaries sometimes, but there are lines, and horses, well, that crosses one of my lines. Vaush, I'm not saying this to attack you. I'm just worried about you, please. No more horses.
Okay, the moment is finally here. Vaush, the horse lover, finally responded to everything. I was editing my last video when this video dropped, and this video being an hour and 41 minutes. I obviously needed time to watch it, edit it, so that's why I'm a bit late. I'm not so fond of the fact that it's an hour and 40 minutes. You can straight up watch John Wick 1, and if that's not your cup of tea, you can literally watch Whiplash. You can watch Paddington 2. Just to put it into perspective how long this video is, I'm only going to show you the most relevant parts, and if you appreciate my sacrifice, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe with notifications on and like this video. Let the torture begin.
This is a video I probably should have made a long time ago. There are two main reasons why I haven't. For one, everything we're about to talk about has been discussed over and over and over again on this channel, in live streams and in videos. Some of it has been discussed to death. The second main reason I've been hesitant to make this video is because experience has taught me that, generally speaking, if folks want to hate you or distrust you or whatever else, it's pretty difficult to convince them otherwise. Just the attempt to change people's minds can come across as kind of self-incriminating. You actually ground them further in the positions they already have.
I don't completely disagree with him. I was going to dislike him regardless of the outcome. I already didn't like him before the Folger leak. And like you said, he's talked about this to death, but he continuously makes mistake after mistake to bring attention to the issue. And he has no one to blame but himself for this. I really hope he addresses what everyone wants to know. And it's like, sure, you're not going to gain any new fans from this. And it's not like people are going to see this video, they're gonna be like, I'm automatically a Vaush subscriber, lover. I'm gonna grab the merch. Now, like I said, this video is an hour and 40 minutes long. I'm not going to touch and talk about every single point, just the essentials. What's the most important stuff that we want to get out of this, right?
I hate to drop this on the people who just innocently watch me for my political content and don't engage in any broader community drama. Some folks online have called me a pedophile. Now, this in and of itself isn't actually that noteworthy. With the political climate being what it is, folks are getting accused of being pedophiles on Twitter left and right. It's pretty common. But some people have called me this way more insistently and a lot louder. So why?
Well, the thing is, Vaush has been known to call other people he doesn't agree with pedophiles. So now when it's done to him, it's no longer fun. To me, the word pedophile is a pretty heavy word. It's something that is disgusting. It's something that no one wants to be associated with. And there's a difference between being a freak, a creep, and a straight up pedophile. To me, a pedophile would be someone like Mini Lad or someone like EDP. A creep or a freak would be someone like Vaush or Tipster, the Tipman, the Mexican legend. That's how I kind of separate these things, because like I said, being called a pedophile is something extremely heavy. I personally, and if you go back to my Vaush videos, I never outright called him a pedophile because he's done some very questionable things. And regardless, even if he gives the best context to all of these following clips we're about to take a look at, it still doesn't take away from what the folders contain. The folders from like 2 weeks ago, it still doesn't take away all the bestiality and all the Geico Discord DMs and the drawings that your girlfriend made for you of the young anime girl. Regardless of everything he's about to show, he's asked for some very questionable things. Not once. I'm willing to give someone the pass once. And if you've never done anything wrong on YouTube or in your life, I'll do it twice. But it's been time after time after time after time with Vaush. It's like, how many excuses, how many passes can we give this guy?
We'll start with the absolute worst of it, the monstrously stupid argument that I made way back when I first started streaming that has since haunted me and irreparably tarnished my reputation. Now, this clip is the one that I see cited most often when people are accusing me of being a pedophile. That's not even a little surprising to me, though. It sounds pretty bad.
In fact, and this is going to be a real hot take, I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of...
Like I said, pretty bad. This clip is from right after I started streaming, so a significant portion of my career as a live streamer has been spent providing context for the clip over and over, to many people and many audiences when they see me or my fans say that this or any other clip has been taken out of context. It comes across to them as an effort to shoo away legitimate suspicion, chastising people for having an opinion on something that looks bad. Now, don't get me wrong, the clip is bad. It's rhetorically bad, it's logically bad, it's obviously optically bad. And the broader argument that it's pulled from are bad in all of those ways too. But as for what the clip and the argument that it's pulled from say about me, I would like to make the case, if I may, that it does implicate me, but not as a pedophile, rather as a fucking idiot, debate bro, brain-poisoned jackass, because I took a perfectly fine argument. I think that, when I explain it, the argument itself will make perfect sense, at least.
That's the thing with all of these people who are master debaters. They ask the stupidest things possible. What would you rather do? Would you rather save your family from a burning plane that's about to hit the Twin Towers in 2001? Or have sex with a kid? What? Like, I'm sick of these what if questions, or what would you do? It's fun with your friends, family, you get a little drink, you're just having fun. What would you rather do? Sleep with Lizzo or sleep with 20 black men? Those are fun, but they're not coming from a political streamer. They're coming from random ass dudes like myself. The problem is when you're a political streamer, you're a master debater, and you are like asking these weird ass questions. So, hypothetically, what would you rather do? Be homeless for the rest of your life and watch your whole family being killed by the Mexican cartel? Or would you rather do it with a kid? Can you make a debate for that, or an argument? Am I the only one who's sick of these debate bros asking the most retarded questions? Extremely rare Vaush W when he's actually taking accountability for his actions. These questions are fun in the appropriate setting. But I'm sick of these guys who think they're the smartest human beings on planet Earth taking these topics.
And I ruined it with edgy, contrarian, devil's advocate nonsense. So let me explain. I had just started live streaming, and I was far, far more argumentative and belligerent and arrogant then than I am now, if you can believe that. Over the background of my mediocre Dead Cells gameplay, an argument with chat on the subject of foreign labor and unethical production was getting increasingly heated. I wanted to construct an argument that would effectively and succinctly convey the severity of the problem, how intertwined human suffering is with the regular products that we buy and use every day. Shock value was essential because I needed to prove how edgy and daring I was, and I wanted to really drive home the hypocrisy of the people arguing against me, who said you were downplaying, I guess, the issue with the whole child slavery intertwined in our, economy.
And I get what he's saying, and I understand where he's coming from. Even I would never in a million years compare ethically getting coffee beans, for example, or cocoa, whatever it might be, chips for my iPhone 14 Pro. But what would you ever go to the other extreme? And then comparing that to producing and making CP, it's something so bizarre. I don't know why you would reach that far. It's a completely different conversation. I mean, I'm glad he's realizing that this was wrong and such a stupid example.
In fact, and this is going to be a real hot take, I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child should be illegal. How's that for a hot fucking take? Now, to clarify on this take, as I feel it necessary to do so, we do not, in this country, typically criminalize people who have procured media or resources which were the product of abuse. It is not illegal to own necklaces that have slave diamonds or whatever. What are they called? Yeah, blood diamonds. Yeah, all of our clothes produced by sweatshops, our computers, the silicon and lithium mined from literal fucking slaves. In our society, we have already deemed that people are not responsible for the mechanisms by which the media they consume and the content they engage with are produced. You like that argument? Ooh, you like that? You like that moral culpability? You're all worse than fucking CP owners, and I am too. Do you like that? No ethical consumption under capitalism. Shit sucks, right? But if we accept that argument for slave labor, then we definitely have to accept it for child.
Yeah, there you go. My dumb goal here was to spark indignant outrage, to make people who downplayed the immorality of unethical supply chains to reflect on the harm they were enabling through comparison and look bad. It was meant to be like an invective, like something like, it's punchy, it gets right through to people. Obviously, it didn't work. The only person I succeeded in making look bad was me, and that wasn't one of the goals, so yeah, no, pretty bad.
Now, I'm all for people growing and changing their ways. You know, Vaush could find a cure for cancer, AIDS, and I would still not enjoy his content, nor will I ever subscribe or watch beyond this point. But if he gets better as a person, that's all that really matters. And I think that's all that people want, really. At least he knows, maybe because he lost like 10,000 subscribers. But I'm glad he realized how stupid comparing chips on the computer, comparing iPhones to making and distributing CP is. It still doesn't take away from everything else he's said and done. You know, it's a move towards the right direction. Now, this is not to be funny. This is a genuine question. And if any Vaush fan could answer it, that'd be great. Why is there so many clips of Vaush kind of vouching for CP to play the devil's advocate? Like, why was he so focused on that? Like, once or twice I get it, but it's time after time that he's defending. And can you really blame people for thinking that of you when you yourself are owning up to, you're like, yeah, that was fucking retarded. I probably should have never said that.
Before I had a channel or was even known as Vaush, I was a frequent and notorious shitposter in the community of a streamer called Destiny. I know, that's why I am the way I am. I had been in his community for a long time, really long, and I really enjoyed the edgy, irreverent, debate lord culture of his Discord server. So let's look at some of the stupid, edgy, irreverent shit I said 6 years ago there that people have since screenshotted out of context in the pursuit of calling me a pedophile. So this is a perfect example of context being maliciously stripped from a screenshot in order to make me look bad, even though I'm right and it's not even controversial. You know, I'm uncontroversially right, I hope. Okay, so this one actually is bad, and I've apologized for it a few times. Basically, here I'm doing that thing that guys do where, you know, a hot female teacher will be arrested for raping a student, and the guys in the Facebook comment section will be like, you know, where was she when I was that age? Could have used me some of that. And basically, like, the thing they do where they downplay and trivialize the sexual abuses of the teacher because they personally think it would have been cool if they could have slept with their hot teachers back when they were 14. So this screenshot isn't really missing any context. It actually is shitty, but I've since come around on this, and I've recognized how bad it is to downplay or idealize that kind of thing. So, you know, I've been consistent about that for years now on my channel.
You know, I gotta give credit where credit is due. I just don't want to be a full-time hater. You know, it's not like everything Vaush has done is horrible. I mean, some of it is really fucking weird. The fact that someone said, Vaush, I fucked an adult as a minor, and he responds with unironically hot at 10 a.m. Brother, it's 10 a.m. It's not time to be down bad. Save that for the night. But imagine waking up, logging into Discord, and someone says, yo, you know, I fucked an adult as a minor. And you're like, fuck it, that's super hot. I'm glad he acknowledges that's really weird. Glad he addressed it.
Next one. All right, so this one looks bad. I think this is probably like one of the other things that gets used against me the most often. It is mostly just stupid in the same way.
Okay, this is, sorry to cut him off, and I know you guys are really into it, but this fucking message is crazy. This is something I talked about on one of my Vaush videos. I really want to know how he defends this. And once again, this ties back to him always defending CP or being the devil's advocate or arguing for it. It's always CP and the age of consent, CP, age of consent, CP, age of consent. It's like, that's the only thing he seems to be focusing on.
It is mostly just stupid in the same way that the previous, like, terminally online debate-brained tendencies we've seen have been stupid. You know, my argument was that under socialism, an economic system that I don't believe exists or has ever existed, you could defensibly adopt an age of consent set to the same level as it is currently set to in England or France. Another pointless intellectual exercise conducted, I assume, because I and a lot of other people in the Discord server believed arguing controversial topics through inane hypotheticals made us cool and smart. Wow, good thing that didn't carry forward into my streaming career.
If you guys could take away anything from this video is, don't be terminally online and stay off Discord. I think that's the best advice anyone could give you.
It's a stupid argument. I definitely don't agree with it anymore. I probably didn't agree with it like very shortly after I made it because I was arguing about it. It's pretty easy to poke holes in that one, I gotta say.
Let's get into the good, juicy stuff.
Finally arrive at this most recent drama, the incident that lit a fire under Drama YouTube, and is, to my mind, the only thing I've done in the past 4 years that actually looks bad. It's pretty fucking embarrassing, to say the least. So there I was, streaming a few weeks ago, browsing a men's fashion site. I wanted to look at an image more closely, so I right-clicked to open the image in a new window, but then accidentally instead clicked the Save As tab in the right-click drop-down menu. Now, because I am, as has been extensively demonstrated in this video, a fucking idiot, my preferred strategy for keeping my desktop clean is to keep a single big folder called To Be Sorted, where every image, document, music file, whatever I happen to download gets sent. This is an insane thing to have as a live streamer, but you know.
You live and you learn from your mistakes. Once again, this makes me question what other images have been on this guy's computer. I mean, this is the first time he got caught. I actually saw people defend Vaush for this in his comment section and on Twitter. It was actually fucking crazy to see. They were like, well, if you look it up, it was clearly an accident. He didn't mean to do that, and that girl was of age, and who cares? Let him be a horse or whatever. I'm like, brother, you're poison. Your brain is so fucking rotten to the point where you don't see anything wrong with the content of that folder, of that PC. I think he's a very strange individual with a lot of addictions. I definitely do think some therapy sessions are needed. I mean, he has the money for it. And it makes him more funny because he's always being anti-Loli, and if you're watching Loli, you're a fucking pedophile, and now that he got caught with it, but I'm intrigued to see how he responds to this.
I hit Save As, and a half second later, a preview window of the folder and its contents popped up on stream. And now, of course, that folder had porn in it, so I immediately ended the stream and deleted the VOD. Even if it weren't just embarrassing to make a mistake like that as one of the largest political live streamers on the platform, it's TOS. You got to delete the VOD. So it was embarrassing, sure, but mostly because it made me look like a careless idiot, not because I was ashamed of the, like, furry demon monster GF big dick porn stuff I knew I had in there. You know, I had rambled about liking all that stuff on stream before, not a secret. And I thought, you know, maybe, in a way, this fuck up would come across kind of charming. You know, like, that's my streamer, that fucking idiot right there. My community was already making a big joke of it.
Yeah. Like, look at this porn addict loser, guys. That's my guy right there. I refuse to believe Vaush fans are real, man. And I'm not saying all of them are losers or freaks or anything. I don't know. We gotta stop normalizing porn this much. Being addicted to it has become so fucking normalized when it shouldn't be. There's a lot of things that are being normalized that shouldn't be. Like, yeah, that's my streamer. That's my porn addicted lowly streamer. It's like, well, hold on a second. Like, that's not something to be proud of. Just kind of makes a content creator look like a fucking loser. Yeah, that's my guy. He wants to turn into a horse because he wants a big glissy. It's like, man, you need help. And if you're not arrested for the lolly, you should definitely be arrested for all the disgusting shit you had on there. Gnomes, midgets, horses. That should be enough to send you to jail for 20 years max.
By the next day, I had learned from what felt like the entire goddamn internet that two of the images in my folder preview window were actually from a well-known lolicon artist, and therefore definitely intended to be lolly shit, which has to be the worst possible way to find out about that sort of thing. Now, obviously, the accusation here isn't just that I had those images saved. That part's true, not really an accusation, but also that I must have known that they were lolicon and saved them because they were lolicon. Now, the obvious and predictable, but nonetheless true response from me is that no, I didn't know that.
My thing here is, the thing that I don't understand, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I'm human, I make mistakes. It's not that easy to save an image. I showed it on my last video when I was trying to download a minion, yay, that you need quite a few steps for you to save an image. How did you not know? And I'm not talking like 15, 16, 17 young. I'm talking like under 10. young. Like, how do you do that by accident? Oh my bad, I click right and then I put save as or I put download on my computer. There's at least 2 to 3 steps for you to save an image. And you're a professional streamer. You know your way around the computer. How do you not know that? That's the part that gets me.
Yeah, I know what some people are going to say. You know, no, you must have known. There's no way you didn't know. And like, what am I going to do? Make a fucking evidentiary argument here? You know, like, I'm not putting up the images so we can argue about the pixels or the proportions or whatever. I know fully well that like 99.9% of people who have heard about this drama haven't seen the images, nor do I think those people should go looking for them, obviously. So it's pretty much entirely a take me at my word or don't kind of situation where people are free to lie about the drawing. There's not much I can do about it, right? It's all totally unfalsifiable, and people are going to make whatever assumptions and inferences they want to make. All I can really say is that I didn't notice the problem while saving the drawings, the same way a person could fail to notice any element of any drawing if they were careless or inattentive or distracted.
Something that we all can agree on is that he's a really strange individual. I think even if you're a Vaush fan, you gotta know that, right? Like, and not in the cute, nerdy way, more in the, you know, the FBI might potentially be watching Vaush type of thing. I still think Vaush is a pretty strange guy. I will not be tuning into his next live stream where he talks about how good socialism is while making more than the average person. This is the point where you make up your own mind. You're like, he didn't do it and he didn't know and that wasn't lolly, or he knew and that was, and he's a fucking freak. It's a very tricky situation, but it also makes me question, like I previously said, what other stuff has he saved on that computer before, prior to this? I don't want to sound like a broken record and bore you guys with the same lines over and over again, but like if you mess up once or twice, as long as you're not, you know, fucking raping anyone, I think you should be good to go. Give that guy another shot, you know, everyone fumbles the bag, everyone messes up, everyone fucks up. I get that, but this is a constant pattern. It's not like this is the first time this kind of stuff happened to him or these kind of points are brought up to him.
So leaving that stupid, least charitable argument aside, someone might then ask, okay, I get it. It's possible to make a mistake like that. Why then would you save the images? And what about them did you like? And look, there's really no way of saying this without sounding crass or flippant or whatever, but you know, it's already a pretty revealing video. There's actually a very clear and simple explanation for why, you know, for not just those 2 drawings, but in fact, all the drawings in that folder and all my porn tastes generally. And it's an explanation that is extremely well known and well substantiated. I'm a size queen. I like big dicks.
All right, man. That's gotta be enough to have this guy banned from the internet. This is y'all streamer? Like what Vaush and Hasan and people like Ethan is online have done for the leftist movement is setting them back like 30 years. Hasan and Vaush are your top guys. I know that if I was a Vaush fan, I would be embarrassed. Yeah, so this is where I'm getting off the train, all right? It was fun. I gave you some money, but I'm out, dog. This is too weird. How could you proudly be a Vaush fan after this? Yeah, that's my guy. My guy is the one who's a porn addict. Fuck yeah, he's a size queen.
Yeah. That's the long and short of it.
Final thoughts. This video was way too long. I think this video is pretty mid. Thankfully, it does give us some context and he explains himself. Some of the stuff is just real and he said that it was dumb. This is where you guys choose whether you're rocking with Vaush or you're not, or you're just done with his BS. Just a very weird guy. But anyways, what do you guys think of the situation? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This was definitely something. All right, peace out.